I can't believe this, but we're approaching the 2-year anniversary of the Titan implosion. And BBC just came out with this documentary with exclusive early access to the US Coast Guard report. And it is absolutely wild. I honestly didn't think that there was going to be much more to learn, but I was wrong. By far, one of the most compelling voices in the documentary is Antonella Wilby. She is an ROV expert and joined the Ocean Gate operation about halfway through the season. The way she describes not just Stockton, but everyone involved is almost cult-like. There were things Rush said that shocked Wilby, but elicited no response from the rest of the team. One line in particular, she actually wrote down because she was so taken aback that he said this out loud. Rush said to a room full of people, some of whom paid $250,000 a piece to be there, said, quote, "The company is registered in the Bahamas. They don't do punitive damages, so don't even bother suing me," Stockton said, allegedly while laughing. Beyond that shocking moment, Wilby recognized the entire operation as Red Flag City. The lack of rigor in safety checks, the pre-dive checks, and even basic attention to detail was staggering. She recalled walking around the sub just before a dive to just make sure everything was ready and found a bunch of wires unplugged. She noted that protocol wouldn't even allow an ROV down in that condition, let alone a sub carrying actual human beings. But here's the biggest revelation for me. The problem dive wasn't even the fatal one. It was a dive that took place several months earlier. Dive 80 was the turning point. The Titan successfully made its way all the way to the Titanic, and as it was ascending, in fact, it was almost back at the surface, there was a loud crack. Now get this, it was so loud that the safety operators on the ship waiting for the sub to surface heard it. So you can only imagine how loud it was for the 5 people in the actual sub. Yet at the post-dive debrief, Rush rushed through that part and seemed to downplay the noise. Eventually, the US Coast Guard did review the Titan sub data from that day and discovered that the loud crack was caused by a significant change in the carbon fiber. And I'm not talking about a small change. I'm talking about a clear and massive change in the data. I mean, just look at that hump, indicating that the material was no longer structurally sound. The carbon fiber delaminated or basically came apart, meaning that every single person who got into that sub after dive 80 was risking their lives. OceanGate continued with 3 more passenger dives after this discovery. At this point, Antonella Wilby left OceanGate, stating that she could not morally continue with the operation, knowing that the vessel was unsafe. The infamous dive that caused the Titan implosion was dive number 88.